Hello everyone, welcome to another Descent Journeys in the Dark Syndicate edition, and this is my review of the Manor of Ravens expansion, which actually just came yesterday, so I actually had a really good look at it and a really good read. So let's get started. This is not an unboxing, this is literally my review. So let's start off with the rule book right here. Right, okay, so we have all the contents there. One thing that is completely missing in this is the secret treasure room. No big loss there, because most of the time it doesn't get used, or well, when I say it doesn't get used, it means it doesn't really show up a lot. Anyway, blah 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 blah. This is how you use it, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so rumours are, there is something specific here. When I say specific, it's not all that specific, it can be quite missed. However, if this is someone's first small expansion, the rules of actually playing the rumour cards is not all there. So when using rumours, you only have 4 of them in this one instead of actually having 6, which doesn't actually really make any sense really. So okay, let's just see what's going on there in a minute. Right, okay, so firstly, the bit that's actually missing in the rumours, which is a bit where it's talking about I'm just trying to remember everything. It is, oh geez, why can I not remember? And yeah, that's it. Okay, I've remembered. So when you play rumour quests, if you get to the interlude and there's still 1 or more rumour quests cards out, the players must actually play 1 of them and then discard the rest. It's not in this book. It doesn't say it in this book for some strange reason. And it's just like the same with the finale. As soon as you reach the finale, and there's actually still a rumour quest for Act 2, 1 must be played, then the rest gets discarded. I don't know why that's missing. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Mini campaign rules. Blah 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 blah. Credits. Players. Blah blah blah. Right. Now this, I was really confused, but after reading it, it's not actually all that confusing. So, what happens is, if you want to play the mini campaign, you play that one, then that one, and that one. Okay, so it's like if the heroes win 2 out of 3, then the heroes get to play the finale. But of course, what's the deal with all of these? So let's say the heroes has won that one and that one, but the Overlord won that. That means the heroes can pick either that one or that one, but not that one, because the Overlord actually won that one. And it's just like the same with the Overlord. If the Overlord had won this one and this one but lost that one, that means the Overlord can actually pick either this one or this one to play. Right, that's that simple, done with. Some of them, these looks quite big. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. This one's quite special. This one is a tile on a tile. Yeah, okay. That's something interesting and hasn't been done yet. Right now it has. And tile on a tile. Interesting. Yeah, there's another big one right there, another big one right there, because that's what it's all about. Another big one right there, and a huge one right here. Right, so that's actually the book. There's the mini campaign. Right, next we have the 4 rumour cards instead of 6. So 3 of them is actually the rumour quests. However, you can only play like 1 of them. So when it comes down to picking up 3 rumour cards, of course you've got to shuffle them into a deck. If you If you have a big Rumour deck, that's great. If you only have this one, then you're going to have some problems, because you can only have either this one, or this one, and after you've played one, you've got to ditch the others. And then you draw one Rumour card, which is going to be this one. I have no idea what happened there, but still, I think it's probably FFG saying, oh wow, everyone's got all of the most Rumour cards anyway, but still, just in case you're actually quite new to this, it doesn't make sense. Right, let's get rid of that. Well, literally, I just kind of threw them away. Yeah, so these are the Act 2 ones for your quests. Oh, literally, I'm just throwing them away. Okay, we have the two new characters. Alice Rain, nice warrior right there. She has a nice hero ability, but only if you're adjacent to other heroes. The hero feat is absolutely awesome. I'm not wow. Yeah, so she could actually be a really good knight. Good knight. Well, actually anything really. Perhaps. No. I'd probably even say the Beastmaster, but that's with her. But still. Next we have Theoden Mistpeak. Yeah, 4-10-5. That's really nice there. His hero ability is very interesting though, which is each time you perform an attack after dice are rolled, you may cancel the attack and immediately search a search token within 3 spaces of you. So if you're not near a search token, as in adjacent to it, but you want to search it, but there's one that's within 3 spaces of you, you could just go, I'm going to attack this monster, even though it's more than likely I'm going to cancel the attack anyway, just to make a search action instead. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's actually not too bad actually. Anyway, yeah, nice little heroic feat which allows you to immobilize monsters. Just trying to deal with these quickly. I have the wraiths and the bandits. I've yet to use them. I could see them doing quite well. Interesting little thing here for the race is that the Act 1 has a movement of 4, while Act 2 has a movement of 5. That's really strange. Anyway, whilst the bandits are just more generic, as in like extra health, better defense dice. Yeah, okay. Next we have just a few selected Shop Act 1 cards. Yeah, you got another shield there. The Blessed Shield. Exhaust this card after rolling defense dice to add 1 shield to the results. If you received a condition card as a result of that attack, discard that card instead. I really do hope that none of the hero players actually get that when I'm playing the Overlord, because I love using conditions. We just have just 4 of the Act 2 ones. Yeah, I'm not really going to try and spoil as much, but I'm going to tell you as much. I do like the winged blade itself. Pick it up, right? It's a blade exotic weapon focus. That's it. So each time you perform an attack, you may change the result of 1 defense dice to the result of your choice, which is mainly going to be a blank. So creatures that have like 2 defense dice, probably a black defense dice and a brown, you're going to say, let me think, I'm going to put that black one into nothingness. Well, I think you get the idea. If not, you should probably get this one. Oh no, that's kind of a spoiler. Right, we have the new martial class. It's It's a lot more interesting than I thought. Warhammer actually has reach. You can't spend any surges to recover any fatigue. Oh well, there you get a signet ring. You have the retribution card to start with. But let's try and find some interesting ones. Oh dear. How about the I am the law? That's always interesting. This one, this is very good. So you exhaust this card after a monster within 2 spaces of you resolves an attack that affects you. Perform an attack. We always like to attack during the Overlord's turn. Yeah, you perform an attack that targets a monster. Then you may test. Yeah, you don't have to test your knowledge, and if you pass, you suffer a stamina, or should I say, suffer a fatigue, and that monster gains 1 condition of your choice. Perhaps stun, immobilized, poison. Crushing blow. You exhaust this card when a monster within 2 spaces of you and in your line of sight performs an attack that deals no damage. Perform an attack with a melee weapon with 2 hand icons that targets that monster. If you do, remove all defense dice from the target monster's defense pool during the attack. But of course it's got to deal no damage. Anyway, that very quick look at the martial class. There has been quite a few bits and pieces that's been shown already on the FFG website, so I'm not going to go into too much details. But here's the bounty hunter. Get the double crossbow, focus, that's it. PS1, +1 range, a blue and a red, so it's going to be very short. You get your chosen target, which gives you the target thing, which I've got it in my... oh, here we go. There you go, that's your target. You only get 1. You place it on the monster and you damage them. Let's see. I better show you the long shot. So you exhaust this card when you perform an attack with a bow weapon before dice are rolled. If the target is 5 or more spaces away from you, the attack gains +3 range and +1 damage. Very nice. And how about if I show you the rapid fire? You use this card after you use a bow weapon to defeat a tracked monster. That's the tracking target thing. And yeah, and you move up to 2 spaces. Then choose 1 monster in your line of sight. Perform an additional attack that targets that monster. Then, if you do not defeat that monster, you track that monster. Yeah, very nice, very nice. I will get into more details into those classes eventually, but this is just a nice quick look at these things. So we have also 4 relics. That one's called Universal, which means you just, when you have it in play automatically, and then you have monster relics, which are these 3, which is that symbol right there. You actually place them onto a monster card itself, so that means that kind of monster actually has that relic. Nice, nice. And of course you have the other side, which is for the heroes. We have the new condition, which is called Doomed. So each time you suffer 1 or more damage, suffer 1 additional damage. Each of your attacks gains. Use a surge, discard, or token. we have the Ravenflock Servant. I was about to say familiar, but I wanted to stop there because I couldn't remember. Movement of 4 health, 3 dice, and when you go to Act 2, you get a yellow power dice. So you have the blue, red, Act 1, Act 2, blue, yellow, red. With still a surge of 1, and no, it cannot fly. Strangely enough. Or is it all that strange? But in order to summon the Raven familiar, you'd need the Unkindness class. Where you have the Unkindness summon. There you get your Raven. Let's show you a few. Beneath the Shadow, place on a servant. So there's going to be more servants eventually, and the servant gains a hero adjacent to this monster that declares an attack must spend a surge on an attack if it's a miss. No, or the attack is a miss, sorry. And discard this card as the servant is defeated. There's quite a lot of that. Right, Feast, plays card when a hero is defeated within 5 spaces of a servant, and keep this card in your play area. That servant recovers all health. The servant applies +3 to health in its play area, and then you discard it when it's defeated. Yep, most of them is literally discard it when it's defeated. But of course it gives you all these little bonuses just for your servant. I'll have the Enchanter class. So you play this on a monster group, and then they give the ability. So like each attack performed by the monster group gains +1 damage, and you discard a card. This one, when that entire group, not the one of the monsters from that group defeats a hero. Another one. Each time a monster in the group is defeated, each hero within 2 spaces of that monster suffers a damage, and discard it if there's no monsters on the map. And Ward of Peace, sorry. Discard all conditions from this monster's group. Each monster in this group is immune to all conditions. Discard this card if a monster in this group spends a surge on the attack. So it's really, if something happens, you'll have to discard it. If something doesn't happen, then you still keep it. Free Overlord rewards. However, I'm not going to show you all of that because, yeah, again, I do want to actually not show everything. Not this time. Hadvin Skarn, the new lieutenant, which is going to be quite interesting. It's like energy drain and mend. And we have a lot of new tiles. No, that is not all of it. I'm gonna just show some of them. New corner tiles. Yes, because we've got this one's got the pebble path, and the other side. Well, I'm just going to call it the other side. More of these, hooray! We always want one of them. There's the pebble path again. The I'd call the master bedroom, even though it's not, but still, just because of the double bed. Yeah. There's the a little tomb there. That's the stables. That's the dining room. When this comes up, you can be a Barry Burton by going, why, what is this? A dining room. Kind of thing. That's the spike pit. And that is like loft, or you could call it the attic, all depends on how you wish to say it, sort of. Yeah, okay, we've got quite a few tiles. That is actually about it. I could show these models, but I'm sure you've seen them 100 times. Yeah, I like the looks of these. Especially the race. They look like, if you put them together, they look like they're going to dance. Oh, isn't that very nice? Anyway, okay, so we have a lot more tiles than the others. We have 2 classes, Overlord classes that is, and we have a lot more relics. Whilst the others actually have the secret room tile and the tokens to go with it, and 2 more rumour cards to actually make it a lot more better when it comes down to the rumour deck, especially if this is your first one and it's not all that great for your rumour deck anyway. But I will say I'm very pleased with this. I like the characters, I quite like the monsters, I'm looking forward to using them. I like the tiles as well. I love all the classes. It's absolutely amazing. The new relics and the Overlord reward cards. Wow, just awesome. I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, I think that's what it deserves, an 8.5 out of 10. I really do like it. Yeah, okay, that's about it. Okay, thank you very much. Bye. Right, yeah.